Welcome everybody, Red Arrow 23 here, and it's time to boom some beaches. Got a quick calculator tutorial for you guys today. These are just the 3 top calculators that I found so far that help me with Boom Beach. Check them out. So the first calculator we've got is from JTrain, and you can find it at minecult.com/GBE, link below. So JTrain's from Angry Family at the moment, and he created this calculator, so full credit to him. It's awesome. So the way it works, you put in your gunboat level over on the left there where it says 22, and then next to the GBE statue there's a box. If you click that, you can enter in all your GBE statues. So I've got a Masterpiece 37, Guardian 17, 16, etc. And the little powder box next to it is, you can use that to obviously boost your statue. So this comes in quite handy. We'll collapse that for now. And the little power cell here, if you click on that, you can say I'm going to destroy 3 buildings before I even walk. Or I'm going to destroy 3 buildings as part of my attack. So I'm going to count on being able to use that energy as well. And then you can collapse that again. So I've decided that I'm going to go on a walk. It's going to cost me 4 flares to get there, and it's going to take 10 smokes for me to get there, keeping my Zookas all under smoke the whole way, and it's going to take 4 shocks for the things that are around. And I'm also going to need to clear 1 mine today. So you obviously be in the operation, you'll note all of these things down, and then you come into the calculator. So you can see that I can't currently afford this attack. So what you can do is open up your statues again and just select boost for however many statues you need. And what I normally like to do is I will add on a contingency smoke and a contingency flare, just so worst case scenario I know I'm going to be able to afford those 2 extra things. And you might want to use critters, you can just play around with this, and then you know what your options are. And now I'm back in the green, but it's right on 158 energy. So you can just keep playing around until you're happy, and then you're better informed when you go into the attack. So that's a quick overview of this one. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. So this next calculator, at the top section is also GBE, so similar to the last app. The way this one works, you can see there's a few different languages you can choose from in the top left corner, and then you've got gunboat energy, so I've left that as 112 because that's my base. It's also got a section for buildings, but you have to put in the amount of energy that you're going to get from buildings, so if you destroy 1 it'll be 3. And then also tanks or Scorchers that you're planning on deploying. And then I put in the level of my barrage and my artillery, because if I then say I'm going to shoot a core, or I'm planning on hitting a building like a rocket launcher or something, I can see how much damage I'm going to do. So you can see the sum of damage under each one, and then the net or gross damage over on the right, where it says 18,648. That would be the total damage, and it works that out of a 86% hit rate on the barrage, and that's explained in further detail down the bottom there. So you can put all your other things in, and in the top right hand corner where it says 99, that's where it's going to display your how much GBE you're going to have left after using up all of what you've dictated. So at the moment I've got 112 starting, and then I'm using 1 barrage, 1 artillery, and I'm ending up with 99. So obviously you're going to be using more than that, but that's just a quick example. So this is the main section that I'll use quite a lot for this in this calculator. And so you see, you can enter, I've got level 21 Zookas, and I actually have 102 of them. Still working on that last couple of landing craft upgrades. And over on the right hand side I've got my troop damage boost at 53 unboosted and 106 boosted. So you have to enter both of those figures, and you can play around with them later depending on what you're attacking. So you can see on this line, I've got my 1 unit health is 270, so I got to think about that when I'm looking at going over mines. My damage of all the units per second is quite handy when you're thinking about how much damage can I do per shock. So you can times that by 10, because if you've got maxed out shocks, they last 10 seconds. So that's really handy. It's obviously everything in white is unboosted and everything in blue is boosted based on those stats that you've put over there. And then the damage from the 4 units per shot or hit, that's also very handy, especially for flash kills. I'm going to do a video on flash kills a little bit later on. But if you don't have more damage per shot than the health on the unit, say a rocket launcher, say a shock launcher, then you're not going to kill it in that first shot, and it's going to get a shot off you. It's probably going to smash you. So that's another good one. Down in the bottom right hand corner, you can put in a power core health or headquarters health or building health, whatever you're planning on targeting. So say I want to destroy something. I normally look at this for purely operation bases. So say I'm looking at doing a core rush on a base that's got 1.6 million health. You can see there it's going to take my Zookas 20 seconds, so that's seconds to kill. It's going to take my Zooka army 20 seconds to kill them unboosted and 16 boosted. So then you can work this out. You might want to so this is all based on if you get all your Zookas there and they're all targeted onto the core, and you obviously haven't lost, you get your shock off on time. So and if you got 2 rounds of shocks off, you would be able to take down the core. And if you wanted to be a little bit safer, you could add that troop damage. You could boost your troop damage and do it in 16 seconds, and that will give you a little bit of leeway if you lose a couple of Zookas along the way. So it's all good stuff to just play around with. You can do the same for warriors, and yeah, just have a good play around. It's only as good as the data that you put in it, but it's a very useful calculator. So go ahead and check them out at bbcalc.net, and let's have a look at the next one. Alright guys, so this is the boombeach.wikia.com, one of their calculators. So Boombeach Wikia has got heaps of really great information if you need to find out basically any data about Boom Beach. If you want to know how many resources it's going to cost you to upgrade your landing craft, or if you want to know what level you have to be to upgrade your armory, any of that sort of information is all in here. You just scroll through the tabs and you'll be able to find it. This calculator, the way you find it is if you're in Boom Beach Wiki, hit gameplay and then calculators, and it's just a list of their ones, and it's also, if you hit community made tools down the bottom, there's a whole bunch of other calculators there, so have a look through those, see which ones are useful for you. The one that we're using today is the headquarters damage calculator. If it doesn't load correctly to begin with, and you're on a cell phone, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, somewhere down here there'll be a open full site button. So just go ahead and click that and you'll be able to see this. So you'll want to get a bunch of information. So the main reason for this is it works off the basis that if you destroyed all the buildings on a base, or every single building except the power core or headquarters, whatever you're looking at, it would take 30% off the health of the power core or headquarters. So it's using that theory to, basically the way I use it is it's using that theory to figure out how many buildings you have to destroy to take down a very low health operation base. So if someone's already done an Zooka attack or 2, and it's got the health of the core down to ballpark about 100,000 health, it's probably a little bit too much to GBE fully down, but not enough to need to do a full sneak. So the way that we can do it is we can destroy a certain amount of buildings and then throw something like 70,000 damage worth of barrage and artillery. So we got to figure out whether or not that is worth it and how many buildings we're going to have to destroy to do it. Because then you can say there's some free cells that you can throw some critters at that no rocket launcher can destroy. Then you can do that and it will take down the core with little or no real effort. So that's the idea. The way that we use the calculator is you go ahead and select whatever you're looking for. So we're looking for a power core. You're looking for the statue health bonus. So on this one we had a 495% health. So you're just looking for the blue statue with a shield. That's the building health statue. And the original number of base buildings in this one was 119. So you'll see that in the top left hand corner it'll say how many buildings there are, the larger number of the two. And the first number will be how many you've actually destroyed already. So we had destroyed 9 at that stage because we just got rid of a couple of defenses and then we went for the core rush. Then you go ahead and submit that and it gives you all this information. The main information that I'm after is power per building. So that's 7,000. So I've already noted down that the core is currently at 150,000 health. So I take that 7,000 and I head over to just a regular calculator. So 150,000 is on the core and we just divide that by that 7,000 per building and that gives us 22 buildings. You always have to round up to make sure that you get the damage. So I would then go ahead to go over to the operation and write down 22 buildings. So I say AZ sneak to 4 o'clock with 2 shots or take out 22 buildings. And I'll normally set another target. So most of our high level player or normal level players will be able to do 70k damage with GBE. So if you take that 150,000, take away the 70,000 that we can do in gumbo energy, that gives us 80,000, and then we divide that by 7,000 to give us the amount of buildings that we still need to take out, and that will give us 12. And then I might also, so I'll just add that to the note as well, and I might do the same for a lower level, so 150,000 take away 40,000 GBE. So it's just giving the players options, and then we can divide that by the 7,000 per building, and that gives us 16 buildings. So that's how I use this calculator, and it helps us out a lot. Sometimes makes hard sneaks a lot easier. You don't have to risk losing Zookas on the walk. So yeah, that's how we use it. So those are 3 calculators that I find really useful for Boom Beach. So I want to know from you guys in the comment section below, what do you guys think, which of those do you think is going to be the most useful for you and your task force? And also if you know of any other calculators out there for Boom Beach, link them down there as well. So give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more Boom Beach!